Representative Kevin Cramer is a Republican of North Dakota, and he, of course, voted to get rid of Obamacare, and he's on board with Trump care. Well, at a town hall, his constituents were not happy. Watch what happened.
Question. Answer it yes or no. Will the rich benefit? Shut your mouth. Will the rich benefit from if the health care is destroyed? Do the rich get a tax cut? Yes or no?
Of course not.
Here you go.
Okay, buddy, that's too far. Yeah, I'm going to do this to you guys so that you can. That's good for the ego.
Kevin, can you talk about, Obamacare was passed in 2010.
Sure.
And I think it would help the audience to understand.
So for everybody listening on the live show and you couldn't see it, a constituent took money and put it in his shirt. Yeah. So that's pretty badass. That's that guy's way of saying, yes, the rich are getting a tax cut. You're rich. I'm not. You're rich. Your constituents here are not. Here's some money, and I'm going to give it to you because this is effectively what's happening under this bill that you're in favor of. Now, at first, when I watched that, I have to admit, I was cringing a little bit. I'm like, ugh, because whenever you see, like, the yelling is cool, but it was the yelling and the fact that he kept trying to get closer to the politician that I was like, ooh, dude, you're rolling the dice. You know, there's probably police in there who are armed, not just security, and yeah, pump your brakes a little bit. I don't want to see anybody get killed. You know damn well that like a 25-year-old black male would not have been able to get away with that level of screaming and moving towards the politician in an aggressive way. But I like the fact that he did that and he put the money in his shirt. For future reference, though, when you're going to do a protest like that, just throw the money at the politician. It's even more dismissive, which is great, which is what you're aiming at here, and you don't need to actually get close to them and scare the shit out of them to make them think you're going to actually do something violent. But yeah, he's right. And by the way, what a disgusting liar Kevin Cramer is. Are the rich getting a tax cut under Trump care? You bet your ass they are. They're getting $600 billion worth of tax cuts. In fact, for the top 0.1%, they're each getting an extra $200,000 every single year as a result of this. And there's been really in-depth, detailed breakdowns of exactly how they're getting that money and what provisions of Obamacare being rolled back constitute the rich getting that money. So Trump care is nothing but a massive redistribution of wealth from the middle class and the poor to the top 1%. And when you're stone cold busted like that, these politicians, they have nowhere to go but to lie. Either they admit it, like, yeah, we're really shitty and we don't care about poor people and middle class people, or they say, fuck it, I'll just lie. Or they're massively ignorant and, Representative Kevin Cramer has no fucking clue what's in the bill, just like Trump has no clue what's in his own bill. And he's just, no, there's no big bad in here. It's all good stuff. I've mentioned it before, but when you look at the CBO breakdown of that bill, it's basically a joke. It's like they crafted a piece of legislation for healthcare reform that doesn't take into consideration the outcomes. So, let's try to make the healthcare system better in the U.S. How are we going to do that? By making everything objectively and measurably worse. So you have the uninsured rate going to go from 10% to 19%. It's going to be a total of about 53 million people uninsured. You're going to have pre-existing conditions are now voluntary on a state-by-state basis. So the states can opt out of the protections for pre-existing conditions. It's a $600 billion tax cut to the rich. The health insurance companies can charge you a giant surcharge if you miss a year with health insurance. So you want to talk about an individual mandate? There's a real individual mandate. The health insurance companies get to make the cost of your health insurance unaffordable if you miss a year. So when you look at the breakdown of it, there's just no question that they gut Medicaid $880 billion. So the outcomes are disastrous. They can't defend it on the merits. So you got these angry town hall people who are like, you're just going to give a tax cut to the rich and screw everybody out of healthcare. And our healthcare system now is already a joke, and you want to make it worse. And what do you have to say? Yeah, but the thing about the thing is there's no tax cut. Sorry, that's too far. You gave me money. That's too far. No, you know what's too far? Your fucking vote. That's what's too far. Like, it really shows you that really fucking is baffling. Boggles my mind to see here's a loathsome cretin who voted for a bill that just is an absolute wrecking ball through the U.S. healthcare system when our system already is shitty. And then when somebody's angry and they like give him money, like, oh, it's a rich tax cut, here, take my fucking money. He's like, oh, sir, you've gone too far. No, you've gone too far. Your vote has gone too far. But no, oh, if you're polite and you got your fucking jacket on, oh, look at me, I'm a politician. I have my business shirt and my jacket on and I got a microphone and oh, aren't I so official? Because everything appears to be on the up and up. Look at me, I look like a distinguished gentleman. Therefore, everything I do is okay, right? No, you've just, in all seriousness, if this bill were to pass, which thankfully it's not going to get through the Senate, they'd have to tweak it a million different ways, but you would have many more people die as a result of this bill. When you gut $880 billion from Medicaid, which effectively just kicks people off of Medicaid, well, people who don't have that coverage are going to die. That's what happens. We already know there was a Harvard study. 17,000 people die every year because certain red states had rejected the Medicaid expansion under Obamacare. In those states, 17,000 people die from lack of health care. But now they just want to sentence more people to die. Like, oh, you've raised your voice at me. How dare you be so... I mean, that's quite immoral and unethical for you to raise your voice at a politician. No, what's immoral and unethical is the goddamn bill that you just voted for. So, it's amazing how they clutch their pearls. Oh, sir, you've gone too far doing protests and having free speech and free expression and doing that in a very unique way where you put money, on me and say, well, this is a rich tax cut. It is a rich tax cut. That's exactly what it is. And no amount of obfuscation or deflection or lying is going to take away from that fact. And we see through you, man. We see through you. Which is why there should be a Democratic wave if the Democrats can get on a progressive message, a liberal message, and not, get caught up their own ass with Russia stories and whatnot. If they actually hammer away on policy substance and you get Justice Democrats in there, there's no way that clowns like this will hang on because everybody is starting to see through their act.